Hello. Who here is actually awake? Because I'm not. Yay! I guess this is an Apothecary Diaries panel. Yay! I don't really know what I think it's just really a Q&A, honestly. And yeah, so I'm Emmy Lowe. I'm the voice of Mau Mau in the English dub of Apothecary Diaries. She's best girl. She's amazing. Um, we identify a lot. I mean, I identify a lot with her. And I had booze this morning, so I guess that makes me identify with her even more. Uh, so yeah, have you guys all had a great weekend? Awesome. You guys heading back today or yeah, I can't wait to go home to my cat. And I guess my husband, but my cat and my cat and oh man, if I knew there was the HDMI thing here, I would have brought my iPad and then I could have subjected you all to pictures of my cat. But anyway, so yeah, if anybody has just any questions about Apothecary Diaries, the process, or I don't know what the weather's like, or my cat, feel free to ask anything. I don't know if you guys want the microphone or you just want to shout out or something. Yes.
So first, just a quick comment. Love Mamo. You do such a wonderful job. Just her. Well, life could be worse, so I'm just gonna roll with it. Attitude is very inspiring. But have you had a chance to read the light novels that the anime are based on?
Yes.
They're even prettier than the anime. I was a little surprised.
Yeah, I've been reading the light novels. I'm also caught up on the manga. I can't wait for the frog. But yeah, honestly, I'm really looking forward to the snow scene at the end of volume 4 of the novels. And yeah, the novels are great. As KG was saying, may there be 10 more seasons because there are so many novels. So yeah. Is that a USB-C? Oh, it might work. Except the problem is this usually tries to charge instead, but we can see if it actually does anything. Because the iPad is what I usually use because then it like actually does stuff. But you guys don't really need to see pictures of my cat, I guess. I know. The cat's the best. Cat. Cat, cat, cat. He's been carrying a capybara plushie around lately. Um yeah, my husband is wondering if it's a threat because my husband is a capybara. So but yes, and I think you had your hand up. His name is Noctis. He's a spoiled prince. He's incredibly spoiled. Dude, my cat is the most bougie thing ever. It's a problem. Like he will not eat normal treats. Like even Trudeau and all those things, he will not eat them. Oh yeah, it's trying to charge instead. Tap for options. Yeah, it's not letting me do it for. Let me remove the charge connected device. Couldn't switch. Yeah, it's stupid. Let's see. USB controlled by this device. But yeah, yeah, it's not letting me switch it. Yeah, I think Google's just being stupid. Thank you though. He's a Siberian, a gray Siberian. Very big, very fluffy, very, very fluffy, very cute. Did I mention he's cute? But yeah, the only treats that he'll have are sous vide chicken breast is his favorite, and the juice that comes with it. And the only packaged one is freeze dried chicken. He's had A5 Wagyu. For his first birthday, we dry aged a steak for 35 days and made that. It was a prime ribeye steak. And he ate some of that. He likes bacon. Yeah. Any other apothecary or cat questions? Unless everybody just wants a nap. That's great too. I prayed a lot. I really, there were no auditions for it. And yeah, so that made it even more nerve wracking, honestly. And then one day, the director, Sean, he texted me. He's like, yeah, have some sake. We'll celebrate later. So yeah, he knew that I was like I love the series and stuff like that, and he pushed really hard for both me and KG in those roles. So I'm glad that they let him cast me and him, because especially since KG's remote, so that's a lot harder. Yep. Yes. All of them. God. Oh my God. Yeah, there's so many of them. I do love like in at the end with the it looks like she's about to confess to him, and then the asks for the ox bezoar, and then he headbutts her. I also love the when like the flips between super serious stuff and comedy are just amazing. Like when they're talking about the his mentor being poisoned and stuff like that by like the salt, and then suddenly it flips to, oh yeah, so like here's some booze for you. Oh, by the way, we wanted to change the drinking age, and she like freaks out. I loved that one. That was amazing. And then Sean was like, there was no acting needed there, and I'm like, shut up, Sean. Um, yes, Ben.
You have a favorite gremlin moment from Apothecary.
Booze! Like, I also really love when she jumped onto the table to ask for the ox bezoar. That whole episode was just like a roller coaster of emotions. Like, oh god, yeah, I think, yeah, or like really anytime she just turns into a cat is just incredible. Yes.
Uh, yeah. So like, when you were talking with the guard, like, and you convinced the guard to move away, like, and when he hit her, I was about to be so furious. But when I saw you in the recording scene and you hit her and you were about to almost like shed a tear, I was almost about to like cry. And so my question was like, did you have to like hold that tear back because there was still more to record after the guard hit you?
Oh no, they just take that all this stuff out. I was like, because like I hadn't like I'd read it already, but like I hadn't seen the episode because we were recording it just as the episode was coming out in Japan. So like I'm watching it in real time and I'm like saying I'm ready to do my next line, and then there's a thing and I'm like, so like the behind the scenes is only one of many 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 takes and stuff like that on and off or whatever that they like paste together. So yeah. Though Apothecary Diaries is one of those shows where, like, because of the way Sean directs, he lets me go through like complete scenes in one go, which is wonderful. I love that. Yep. Meow. Meow. Yes.
Favorite character that's not Mel.
So let's see. What my favorite one is one that hasn't shown up yet. It's Lahan. I don't know if you know. Yeah, yeah. He's wonderful. I also really do like Lolan. Yeah, for reasons later. But yeah, they're two wonderful characters. Gaoshun is just hilarious. But I'm sad that he becomes a little less as it goes on and there's more Basen stuff. But Basen then just becomes basically a smaller Gaoshun who doesn't know how to handle Jinshi. And then Jinshi is just, he's so complex too. Like, he knows that he's pretty and that's all really like what he has working for him. So I do love that. Like, I feel like so many of the characters are just written so well. Yeah. I love how the author's favorite character is the quack doctor. So like Jim who plays the quack doctor, he's like, great, that means there's job security, she's not gonna kill him all. She'll just keep bringing him back. Anyone else? Meow. Yes.
Okay, so which episode was the most emotional for you when doing Malcolm?
I think the scene where she's talking about like, if you were to kill me, use poison, and it's like, and he's like, I would never kill you, and she's like, it's not will you, or if you can or cannot, it's like do you need to. And she's like, how much she realizes that her life is just something that can be tossed away so easily and happens all the time. Yeah. Yeah. Status, man. Which really shows why she doesn't want to get involved in anything, because she's like, the less attention I get, the less reason they have to kill me. Meow. Yes.
Was there anything that your character did that surprised you? What she said or what she did during the course of the first season?
Um, I think just the way she talks about Lacan, like after all that darkness, just like the whole like, oh yeah, no, I actually don't hate him. Like if he hadn't gotten my mom knocked up, I wouldn't exist. Like this, like the nonchalant way she talked about it, despite how like trauma, like how much she like appeared to hate him. That was pretty surprising and stuff. It's like yeah, if he hadn't like made his shot or so to say, shot his shot or whatever. Oh my god, yeah, I think that was pretty surprising and like for someone who loves humanity so much the way she does, like, because she doesn't want to get involved, but like if it has to do with saving a life or something, she will. For someone like that, like for her to say that she lost the feeling of love in the womb, I feel like, that disconnect there is like pretty interesting. So yeah. Ben.
How does it feel, I guess, with the pop kind of exploding into becoming very popular out there?
I'm very shocked, but I'm very happy because it's just so different. It's like not a fantasy or anything. It's not a shonen. There aren't any battles or anything like that. And so it's really nice to see something that's more like intellectual, I guess, get all that attention and like, just a comfy show. Just like, yeah, it makes me really, really happy because like I loved the manga and everything before the anime came out. And so like to see it just get that kind of love and, like, a lot of people who, like, don't watch anime have been like, "Yeah," it's like, "I don't watch anime, but my friend showed it to me, and I love it," and it's like, "Yay." It's like, a lot of the times they're like, what would you recommend for a first-time anime watcher?" And people are like, "Oh, like, My Hero," or something like that. So, like, for some people to say that Apothecary Diaries is, like, their gateway is, like, really cool. I guess it helps that K-dramas and stuff like that are becoming more popular too. Not that I watch a ton of them, um, or read a lot of webtoons. Yes.
Since I can tell you're a fan, favorite Final Fantasy game, or is that a little?
I love 9. 9, yeah. It's just Zidane and You're Not Alone, that song is just so good. Yeah, yeah, 9. I do have a soft spot for 12. I know a lot of people didn't really like it, but, like, I really love both the and, like, I loved how, like, the main character was kinda, like, not the main character. Honestly, when the first time I played it, it was before the remake, um, I barely used Fawn, and then you were forced to use him, and I was like, "Oh, no. He's gonna die," and I had to restart the whole game because I did not level him at all. And then 15 I like until you go to Venice. Yeah, and then the story just kinda
It gets depressing. It's
it gets depressing, it starts to make no sense, there's not enough development for a lot of the story beats they have in there, but I just really love the wandering and, like, the relationship between the Sworn brothers and yeah. Meow. Meow. Yes.
So, like, I know you voiced a lot of video games. Like, I remember a while back on your screens, I asked about your non-gotcha roles, and I completely forgot all the non-gotcha roles that you did. Like, can you like recommend any ones that are your favorite?
So I love the Trails series. Um, I'm only in the latest one, Trails Through Daybreak. But I've been playing honestly, it was one of the first set of games I played with my husband before we even got married when we were still dating. Trails in the Sky is wonderful. There's actually getting a remake. I'm really excited because Estelle is best girl. Best Estelle. She's incredible. She has lines such as "Time for ultra violence" or "Don't make me pull out my large stick." She loves to fish. She loves sneakers. Actually, one in a flashback event, you're running off for some errands, and she's going to the groceries or whatever. She's like, "I need to go there. What should I do?" And one of the choices is, "Go look at the new sneakers." You could go do that instead. And she's like, "What was I here for?" Estelle's incredible. She's like a ball of sunshine. But yeah, she's like, I feel like for video games, she's like my favorite female protagonist. She's just written so well, and she's written so well, and she's not OP. The thing is she's probably the weakest among the whole cast, but, like, she's just such an integral part of the cast, like, in her personality, that it just makes it like fantastic. So probably the trail series. Yes. My favorite place to record? My house. It's nice and comfy, and then my cat is meowing outside. Yeah, it's I love remote, but honestly, the location doesn't really matter too much otherwise. Except PCB is great because they have 3 dogs. Um, and Cup of Tea has 1 dog. So any studios with pets are great. Um, yeah, they're awesome. Yes.
How did you go from being a music major to voice acting?
I had always wanted to be in acting. That was my main goal. My parents were like, "We'll disown you." And I'm like, "Okay, I guess I'll go to music." And they're like, "Okay, that works." And then after where I got my degree and stuff like that, I didn't know what to do anymore with my degree, and so I really just wanted to go into voiceover. So one thing led to another, and my husband was very supportive, and we moved down to where the work was, and I got lucky. Yeah. Yes.
I don't know if you cosplay or not, but would you ever want to cosplay now?
I have. I'm actually next weekend I'm going to another anime con in Boston or whatever, Massachusetts, and I'll be cosplaying Garden Party Mamo there. I've done her at a few other cons too. I've done regular Mau Mau. I want to do the dance outfit. I cosplay a lot of my characters actually because I was a cosplayer even before I started voiceover. So it's nice to be able to cosplay my own characters.
That'd be something I'd want to.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun for sure. Yeah. It's very exhausting. So that's why I only do it at some cons. So, and because I already promised the voice actress for Madam, who will also be at AAC, that I would cosplay Mau Mau there. I was like, well, I can't cosplay the ones around it then, because, yeah, I will be dead. Yeah. Yes.
Is there a character you haven't cosplayed but you do want to cosplay?
Uh, Phantom from Nikkei. It's a new one, but like it's just like the Phantom Thief vibes are just so cool, and I love Phantom Thieves, and Kaito Kid is my husband, and Phantom Thieves are just incredible, and I love the whole Arsène Lupin thing, yeah. And honestly, like a nice top hat and like fitted suit is yeah, tailcoat, it's good stuff. Yes.
Have you ever had a recording session that came home with you? Like, you couldn't disengage. It just was such a powerful moment that like you sort of stayed with you, like you stayed in character, or like you felt like you couldn't leave that one at work.
Oh yeah, I don't remember exact cases, but yeah, like especially when it's remote and like I leave the booth right after something like rough. I have to like sit on my couch, snack a lot, and drink and just decompress. Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes you just really get into that. Yes.
This is not about anime, I'm sorry.
No worries.
Is what is your cat's favorite toy, or does he not actually like?
Okay, it used to be this baguette. We called it bread, #bread. It was actually a dog toy, so it squeaked, which disappeared. We don't know where it went. It's probably somewhere in the house. But like you would carry it, or we're like, "Ah, ah," while carrying it around, and then drop it somewhere. What like when he was looking for me or whatever. Bread #bread disappeared. He still brings around his Necco fruits. They're like little stuffed fruits that came in the tart bed, and he brings those. We call them his emotional support fruits. So he brings them places while looking for me, well, especially while I'm away at cons. And now that bread #bread is gone, now he's been carrying around a capybara plush. He doesn't usually go after plushes. That's the thing. He only goes after cat toys. But for some reason, capybara is like special. And so we've been waking up lately to finding capybara lives upstairs in our landing, like on one of the bookshelves. We've been waking up to find him downstairs, like in his tunnel, in his 4-way tunnel, by his food bowl, somewhere. It's like my husband is like, should I be worried? Because my husband's a capybara. He's like, he's sending a message. It's like, and he actually caught him in action, climbing onto the bookshelf, picking capybara up by like the scruff of the neck, and then jumping off of the bookshelf and running off. Yep, exactly. Emotional support capybara. Yes.
what was it like the first year working on this?
Stressful. I was so anxious about him. I still am. You know, like I don't think I could ever have a human child. I already stress out enough about like how if my cat is safe or healthy or like oh is he gonna be okay? Like is he gonna have a good life? I don't want to ruin my cat's life. Yeah, but like he was amazing. I honestly he really helped. He's a pandemic kitty. We got him the August of 2020. And so he was huge mental health asset. And yeah, I love him very much. He's very snuggly. He's very affectionate, loves to sleep on me and stuff. So like he's just great for therapy. He's the best. Yes.
So has the series inspired you to maybe do some research on Chinese history and the traditional Chinese sport that's really inspired you?
I grew up with a lot of that because my family originally is from China. My dad is very big on Chinese history, and I also read a lot of Chinese gay novels. But yeah, so not really. But like it's really nice seeing all of those elements in there because like I grew up watching like wuxia films and all that, and like see, and my mom watches those dramas all the time and stuff. So it's been a lot of fun. Yes.
Are there any characters and manga that wish you could voice if ever had an anime adaptation?
So this has an anime adaptation, but not a dub. I would love to voice Cheryl Nome in Macross Frontier. She's incredible. Yeah. But, you know, who knows what happens with Macross, right? It's chilly now.
Yeah.
Meow, meow. Meow, meow. I don't know if you guys know, but I have 20 plushies of her. Yes. Yeah.
Would you consider Mama a necessary bully for the other girl?
Other girl?
The attendance of the other counselor.
A necessary bully? I mean, yeah. Because, like, the problem with in a lot of these kinds of court dramas or like webtoons and stuff like that is that like a lot of the servants because of their station look down on people or like are very tunnel vision and like they're loyal but like because they're trapped in their own narrow thoughts she was harming her. So yeah, that was absolutely necessary for that to happen or else they were going to kill the person that they respected most. Like I was like, yeah, she doesn't joke around. Yes.
So if we do get, and I'm really hoping we do, the rumored Final Fantasy IX remake, uh, who would you want to voice? I can see you as Freya.
Freya would be amazing. Karina would be hilarious. I just want to run around talking about food and frogs in other ways. Not Jinchi frogs. But yeah, Vivi also. I love Vivi. Yes.
Um, okay, so, what's the question? All right, so the question I was gonna ask, so, I know I saw the piano, concert, it was very, very emotional in a good way, so, which piano piece, was your favorite, play in that concert?
I love The Bereaved and Those Left Behind from Xenoblade Chronicles 3. It's just such an emotional piece and very cathartic. And I also just love Xenoblade. You got a question?
Oh, yeah. What's your favorite, I know you've always been making the anime, but your favorite series and movies? All right.
My favorite anime series?
Yeah.
Slayers. Yeah, it's an older one, but I love it. Lean In versus Incredible. Yeah, I love it. I have all the novels, the original release by Tokyo Pop, and then I got the re-release as well. So, yeah. Yes.
What is your favorite Dante? I think I heard you say Marie.
Yes. So,
Voice and
Yeah, which Heaven Official Blessing and like Grandmaster and stuff that like saved my life years ago. Like I was following every chapter of Heaven Official as it was being translated by the official translator, I guess. Um, so that Heaven Official does have like a special spot for me. Same with Grandmaster, but I really love Priest's works. So one of them that's not translated in English yet is called Silent Reading, which is about like a detective and like a rich.
Our other friend who's here, that's their thing.
It's so good. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. I also really love Case File Compendium, Bing on Ben. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. So it's like the problem, it's even more toxic. It's so toxic and it's full of like the thing is both main characters have mental health issues. And so it's like very fascinating. Especially since one of them is a doctor. Yeah. So it's so good. Yes.
You mentioned that you read webtoons. What are some of your favorite webtoons?
Well, last night I cosplayed Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint with some friends. So that was great. And I read a lot of BL ones. And a lot of the villainous ones, like yeah, Death is the Only Ending for the or Villains Must Die. That I guess that's the official title. Who Made Me a Princess, and a bunch of those BL ones. Like I read like Jinx and BJ Alex and a bunch of other ones. I have like 300 tabs open. It's a problem. It's how I cope and get through life and stuff. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Meow. Meow. Yeah, Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint is just so good though. Meow, what time is it now? Oh. Yes.
Okay, so have you been following up on the HSR story and the finished Penboy story? Storyline, no.
Start.
Oh, I'm caught up on the story.
So here's my question, about, Sunday's plan and, about his whole thing. At first I thought, well, that sounds like a good idea, like Sunday every day. That sounds wonderful. But then science on the stream said like, no, that won't be fulfilling because then if every day is Sunday, then is there any point of living or something? I don't know. Maybe like what's your thought process on Sunday's plan?
Well, for one, it's an absolute cult. And again, what is the point of living if you have no choices? And that's basically what his idea was. He wanted to create a utopia with no choices. Because nobody would have to worry about anything because everything would be order. It would just be order. He'd be the one making the choices. And yeah, making sure that everything just moved. So like you have no worries because you don't do anything. And you had a question, I think, in the red hat?
Who's your favorite villain for a hilarious movie?
For a what? Oh, for a hilarious reason. Trying to think. It's Sunday, man.
Sunday everything.
Ah, that's such a good question because I have no idea. Uh, I guess it's such a hard question.
I got an old.
You know, I really do love Kotomine Kide from Fate. Just because, like, the whole Yorokobe Shonen, he just sits there eating Mapo tofu while pontificating and stuff like that. He's just ridiculous. And a priest. And his Seiyu is just so iconic. And yeah. Yes.
Continuing the discussion from the visual, besides Futo TI and Deno, who's your favorite writer and what is your opinion on the writer series?
My favorite writer. I don't know, because I'm just so in love with Takeru Sato as Deno. Oh God. But my opinion of the Deno series in general, I really love it, just like watching it. But like, I also love how it's created so many careers for people. Like so many of like a lot of Seiyu and stuff like that, they started being a writer or in like the Kamen Rider series and stuff. And it's just a lot of fun, honestly, because it's like campy and like the CGI or like the outfits and stuff like that are like campy. It's like that typical like 90s Japanese J drama vibe that you see, and it's just like yeah. Um, I'm not very coherent. I'm so sorry. Uh, but yeah. Let's see who. Trying to remember. It has been a while since I've like watched an actual like the live action Kamen Riders. Because I think besides Futo PI for the anime, the last one I saw was Gaim, which was how long ago?
It was 2 years ago.
Yeah, and then Gaim
Guy
was like 10 years ago, I think.
15, I think.
Yeah, so I haven't really seen much since then. So I'm gonna have to think about that. I'll get back to you. Yes.
Do you have any favorite directors that you work with?
I mean, I love Caitlin, but she's also my best friend, so I'm kind of a little biased there. Um, I love the way I love working at Sean's pace and how open-minded he is to things. Yeah, they're probably two of my favorites, but I also just like we're close in general, so like the vibes are really good. Jerry's always funny to work with because he's just he's so resigned to life at this point, and we go off on so many tangents. Yes.
Is there a voice actor or voice actress that you haven't worked with yet that you would like to work with?
The main one coming to mind right now for on the western side would be Laura Bailey. I love her. I am a big Seiyu fan though, so yes.
Your favorite interaction between the characters?
In Apothecary.
Interaction between the characters. Um, basically everything between Mama and Jinshi is for one. But I do love the part with the honey when Gaoshun is just sitting in the back like, and Mama's like laxatives in your food later. That was incredible. Uh, yeah, honestly, Gaoshun, man, I don't know how he puts up with them. Like it's like that meme with the person with the two what are they called? It's Sunday. Leashes with the kid leashes, and one's running that way and one's running the other way. Yeah, that's Gaoshun and then Mao and Jinshi. I can word, I swear. Meow. I'm just going to cat now. Meow. Yes.
Have you ever gotten to meet the Japanese voice counterparts for some of the characters you voice? I've heard some voice actors that have.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I have. Which is really sad because I would love to. Um yeah, I don't think I have. Because like especially since my career really took off during the pandemic and then less Japanese guests have come over since the pandemic. Yeah, I mean, I would love to meet Aoi Yuki. I love her and I share like 6 roles with her, so yes.
Would you like to voice act with everybody here at one time?
Sure. I would be dead though. I'd just be like, "Hey, what are beeps? What is going on?" Meow. Meow meow. Meow face. Yes.
Did you get any bombs during Apothecary? Or any rumors of any kind?
No, because we're not allowed to do this at Crunchyroll anymore. Yeah, it sucks. I did leave them in Yakuza babysitting though. And I did get bombed by people during Yakuza babysitting. Um yeah. I think the last time I did one at Crunchyroll was during Octopus Destiny, which I left a few for Jason Lee Bricht. Yes.
It's interesting how you often do like kind of more during with your characters like Kate and Mama, but then you also have like I'm forgetting her name, but the daughter from
Meaty, yeah.
and like Renan will have very much very cutesy. You're kind of
Mhm.
like very energetic voices, then you have these more elegant, sort of smart characters.
Yeah.
I don't know. How is it like? How is it that you kind of have like almost like? Do you try to audition for those two parts, or?
Well, I have mental illness, so no. I'm kidding. um, uh, yeah, I honestly, it's really funny because like I I get cast as a lot of younger children and high energy characters or whatever, but like and so for the longest time, some directors thought that my voice was naturally high pitched. So like yeah, they would just always cast me as children or higher pitched characters and very high energy, blah 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 blah, screaming everywhere. And I remember even one director was trying to think of a an actor for a role, and someone was like, "What about Emmy?" And he was like, "But her voice is so high pitched." And my friend was like, "Have you heard her talk?" So yeah, so like I guess the energy stuff is like I find it easy, I guess for some reason, maybe because I'm like also just like it's like pure acting, you know? It's very not very me. And then like the my normal self is very reserved and stuff. I joke with my husband. I'm like, I'm either high energy or no energy. There's no in between. Unless it's Mamo, then it's both. But or Rena, I get. Well, no, Rena's high energy basically all the time. It's just different kinds of energy. Uh, yeah. I don't know. I've just gotten lucky in that way and just kind of found myself pushed into those directions and finding it easier to audition for them. I mean, we could just end early and go take a nap if there are no other questions, or show me cat pictures at my table. That also works. Or I can dance to the Fate Carnival the Fate yeah, Carnival Phantasm opening that we were dancing to at the booth across my booth earlier. Cause it's so catchy. Yes.
I mean, projects that you're allowed to tell us you'll be working on that you're looking forward to? There is that caveat.
Yeah, the allowed to tell thing. I am announcing a character tomorrow in one of the new shows going on right now. It's already started. The show has already started. So it's a supporting character, but I am announcing them tomorrow. So
Nice.
yeah, yes.
What do I need to do to get Cyberpunk Edgerunners on Blu-ray?
If you find out, please do let me know. I think Netflix is just dumb. So yeah. Oh, I know people have been like I know like people have wanted like the Funkos too. And I did find out that it's because their contract apparently expired. So if you want Funkos, make it very known because they're still in contact with the people. I didn't tell you that though. But like, yeah. Yes.
What's your feeling on the new Cyberpunk series?
I know absolutely nothing about it. I'm pretty sure it's probably not Studio Trigger though, or else they would have mentioned that already. But it should be interesting. Yeah, they don't tell me anything. Like when the whole like Guilty Gear thing was announced, my Ben Balmaceda, we were at Ateco together. We went down for breakfast and he's like, "Congrats on Guilty Gear." And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Lucy's in Guilty Gear." And I'm like, "What?" So yeah. I guess we could just end it here then. And everybody can go get a drink or something. I don't know. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming. Get home safe, everyone.